Okay, take down the questions now. Don't look at the material given, okay? You should write from your memory.
Freezing.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Please keep your cell phones aside. You should not look at the WhatsApp at all. Okay? For some, I won't give. For others, I will. Not for all, no, I won't keep like this. Certain things alone. And here additional questions will be expand AFS and DG. Bonus for you, bonus questions. From one question stems three questions. Are you happy? Happy learning. Okay. Have you taken down the questions in this page? Can I go to the next page? Okay, answer these 10 questions. Let me see. Any question you want to see again, or I turned the page quickly? Any clarification you want? Done? Okay. So shall we look at the answers? Okay. So the Lok Sabha Speaker puts all the outstanding demands for grants to the vote of the House, whether discussed or not. This process is known as guillotine, isn't it? Did you write it? Guillotine. Cut motion, guillotine. All these are repeated questions. That's why I started with this. Dash expenditure of the government results in creation of physical or financial assets or in the reduction of financial liabilities. Capital expenditures. MTDM. Was there anybody who was able to answer this?
Management.
Yeah, debt management. Perfect. Yes, medium term debt management. Medium term debt management. Yes, DM is perfect. Debt management. Okay. Non-tax revenues. You have to find the odd one out. Custom duties. The list of budget documents presented to the parliament. So there is one odd man out you have to find out here. Here also. Consolidated fund statement is odd man here. And were you able to expand AFS and DG? Annual financial statement? Demand for grants. Not, it is demand for grants. Please remember those two. Okay, annual financial statement and demand for grants. But answer is odd man out. Okay, you have to find out. So this is the odd one. Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, which was a year? 2003. Correct. Go to the next one. The number of other documents. When you call, there's a list called other documents. 9. Very good. Statements that come under FRBM Act. So 1 is an odd one. Find the odd one. 1 is not a fit here. You have to find among these statements, 1 is not required or 1 is not there. Odd man out here you have to find out. Anybody tried? Any guesses you have? Yes. D. Okay. Long-term fiscal policy. This is the odd man out. You have macroeconomic framework statement, medium-term fiscal policy strategy statement also. This is the odd one out. Okay. The budgetary procedures in Indian case is classified into 3. Perfect. How many parts are there in budget speech? 2 parts. So option. Okay. Yes. Fine. Now we will do for the rest of another 30-35 minutes application of formulas. Okay, we can do that. Across topics randomly also I will give. Okay, we will see. First one. Calculate MPC and MPS from the following data. So in the Bharadwaj material in your Keynesian model, with the table itself we have given how to calculate, isn't it? Okay. So now I give you. So here you have income and here you have consumption. Income and consumption. Okay. So you have say 8,000. Okay. And then you have 12,000. 6,000 and 9,000. So you can take this as the initial level. They will give you, if at all they're going to ask you, they'll give you what is the initial one and what is the initial level, and you have the changed level. Okay. Let's do one by one quickly so that you can understand it easily also. So you have to find MPC and MPS. Okay, delta C by delta Y and delta C by delta S. Sorry, delta S by delta Y. If one is known, other is done. Did you try delta C by delta Y? Or you can even try delta S by delta Y. If you get one, you are getting the other. Isn't it? MPC. MPC plus MPS is what? 1. That's why I said either this or that. Got the answer? What is the answer for MPC? 0.75, isn't it? 0.75, did you get it? And MPS therefore will be? Okay, so you would have done 9,000 minus 6,000 divided by 12,000 minus 8,000, right? So you have the data given and you can do it. Very good. Now go to the second one. What I'm going to give you is this. Okay. Yeah. Have you all noted down the answer, others? All of you are doing, I suppose. Okay. From the following data, compute GNP, noted it. It's gross national product. Okay, GNP at market price. It's not factor cost, it is at market price. Using value added method. Value added method. So I quickly give you the data and you're going to compute. Okay. Value of output in the secondary sector. Value of output in the secondary sector. All this will be in terms of crores. Remember, okay. Value of output in the secondary sector. All in crores of rupees. Okay. 1,000. Okay. Intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption in the primary sector. Intermediate consumption in the primary sector. Okay, 300. Third one. Value of output, VO. I'm writing it in short form. Value of output in tertiary sector. Value of output in tertiary sector, 3,000 crores. 3,000 crores. Intermediate consumption, INT stands for intermediate consumption in secondary sector. In secondary sector is 400 crores of rupees. Then net factor income from abroad, NFIA. Net factor income from abroad is minus 100. Net factor income from abroad is minus 100. Then value of output in primary sector. Value of output in primary sector, okay, which is 800 crores, and the last component is intermediate consumption in tertiary sector. In tertiary sector, it is 900 crores. So what are you going to calculate? You are going to calculate GNP at market price. And value added method, that's why data itself will be value added. Don't think, should I choose a method? You know, value added minus intermediate consumption for each of the sectors. It is all about plus and minus. Value of the output in each sector minus the intermediate consumption. Isn't it? Isn't that the answer clue for you? Yes? Ah. 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 Yes, exactly. Find out GDP at market price. Then do your GNP at market price. As simple as that. That is why NFIA has been given, no? That some number has been given. So value of output in the primary sector minus the intermediate consumption plus value of output in the secondary sector minus intermediate consumption, value of output in the tertiary sector minus intermediate consumption is what you will find, isn't it? For all the three sectors, you have been given the value of the output and intermediate consumption. So you take the sector's value minus intermediate consumption plus value of the secondary sector minus intermediate consumption plus value of the tertiary sector minus intermediate consumption. Or however you have taught in plus 2. That is my worry in national income. No, ma'am, in plus 2 they taught us like this, you will say. So that's why I said you can refer any book for national income. Is that because you are not going to do a descriptive one, right? You remember as we did also, we saw this chapter in PPT slides, national income and Keynesian models. Even 12th textbook would do, you know, that level of thing only they are asking mainly. Yeah, do the GDP at market price. So value of output in the primary sector minus intermediate consumption, value of output in the secondary sector minus intermediate consumption, plus value of output in the tertiary sector minus intermediate consumption is what you will get. You will get one answer. After that, what you will do? GNP at market price is what is asked. No, so GDP at market price plus net factor income from abroad, which is minus 100. Hmm.
Domestic to
You have to add net factor income from abroad. But that add figure itself is minus 100. That is what you'll hunt. Yeah. Have you done? Done, no? Okay, what was the answer? 3,800? 3,200. Isn't it? Is it GDP? 200. GDP at market price, no? GNP at market. No. See, let us look at the variables. 800 minus 300 plus 1000 minus 400 plus 3000 minus 900. Isn't it? What is the answer you got? See, 800 minus 300 plus 1000 minus 400 plus 3000 minus 900. What is the answer you got? Okay. Then what you did? That is NDP MP minus Hmm.
3,300.
3,300?
From 100 adds
Minus
3,300.
3,100. Did you get 3,200 at the first level? 3,200? 3,100 crores. 3,100. GDP, see, GDP MP will be 3,200. That's why I asked individual figures. Minus 100. Look at that. My dear students, one point you know, no? This is one standard question. If at all they're going to ask you formulaic, that is the double counting problem should not be there, no? That's why intermediate consumption we are deducting. So formula wise you studied. Now you are going into application of the formula. Can I go to the third one? People are ready for the, how many of you are ready for third one? Third one we can go. Third one can we go? Okay, third. Compute the amount of subsidies. Varieties I'm going to give you. The amount of subsidies. Compute the amount of subsidies from the following data. From the following data. Okay. GDP MP. GDP at market price. Remember the data? All in crores of rupees. Okay. 7,79,567. GDP MP 7,79,567. Okay. Then indirect taxes. Indirect taxes. Okay. In crores is 4,54,367. Okay. Now GDP at factor cost. That is also given. Okay. What is that? 3,60,850. Now you are going to calculate subsidies. Okay, suppose this formula you remember, there's a clue I can give you. GDP MP. Suppose that will be equal to GDP at factor cost plus indirect taxes minus subsidies. You remember in the class all formulas repeatedly we revised. You remember this? This is a clue for you. For market price, we will add indirect taxes minus subsidies, isn't it? 35,615. So what did you do? 360,815 plus 4,54,367 minus subsidies, isn't it? So then you will be getting equal to 35 lakhs 615 crores. Anybody got it? 35,615 crores. Did you get it? So what was the previous step? 3,60,815 crores plus 4,54,367 crores plus subsidies, minus subsidies. That is what we put using the formula. Sum 3 clear? Okay. Go to sum 4. Can I go to sum 4, all of you? Sum 4, okay. Calculate M. Those who came yesterday, for you all it is a bonus thing because yesterday we did equations, Cambridge equation, Fisher equation. Calculate M if V is 19, V is 19, okay. Price is 108.5. Volume of transactions is 120 billion. What is the formula you have to use here? Is it Greek and Latin for you? Calculate M. If V is 19, price is this, volume of transaction is 120 billion. Let me give the answer clue. MV is equal to PT. Fisher's equation. Wherever there is a formula, no, I took a numerical to be discussed in class for revision's sake. You're all wondering, what is this M and B and who came yesterday? People who came yesterday? Yes. Cambridge, what Venkat also came, Archana came. Isn't it? Fisher's equation, extended equation, Cambridge equation, you remember that? Okay. Motives for money? KPY. KPY.
Then why did you ask us?
She's a dream man.
Finished or doing? Okay. So what did you all do? M into 19, you had that step, which is equal to 108.5 into 120. Isn't it? That is how it goes? Yeah. So you got M as 685.26, isn't it? So M is 685. 26 billion. Okay. Did you do it? Okay. Shall we go to sum 5? Okay. Sum 5 also yesterday, those who came, it's a bonus for you. Sum 5. Compute, I think yesterday you all by hearted and wrote without seeing, M1, M2, M3, M4. Isn't it? Yes or no? Compute M2 supply of money. That alone I kept a separate test. You remember? Quiz. Separately you did that. Compute M2 supply of money from the following RBI data. You understand the significance of M1, M2, M3, M4. Unless you know it by heart, you can't do this. In case it comes as a numericals. That's why I told you yesterday, I want you all to read it from the following RBI data. So look at the data again, crores of rupees, okay. Currency, what is that you are going to compute? M2. Remember that. So they can ask you M3, M1, M4, anything. I am doing only model sums for you. Currency with the public. Currency with the public. Okay. All these are in crores of rupees. 4,35,656.6 crores. Okay, currency with the public. Other deposits with RBI. Other deposits with RBI. All these ingredients you should remember. RBI. $1,234.2. 1,234.2. Okay. Savings deposits. Savings deposits with Post Office Savings Bank. Post Office Savings Bank. Okay. 647 crores, 0.7. Okay. Savings deposits. Net time deposits. Net time deposits. Net time deposits with the banking system. With the banking system. Okay. 5 lakhs 14,834.3. Okay. The last component is demand deposits. Demand deposits with banks. Demand deposits with banks. Okay. 2,74,254.9. Now what are you going to do? Calculate M2. First do M1. Then in M2 what you will do? M1 plus savings deposits with Post Office Savings Bank. Yes, got it? So, what is the answer you got? 7 lakh? Are you sure? 7 lakhs is correct. 7 lakhs 11,793.4. Perfect answer. See, what was the previous step? Please look at it. That is, what is the formula? Currency notes and coins with the people plus demand deposits with the banking system plus other deposits. So, 4,35,656 plus 2,74,254 plus 1234.2. You get M1, right? M1 and then M1 plus savings deposit with post office savings bank where you add 647.7 with 7,11,145.7. Isn't it? Have you all got this answer? Okay. Then go to the next sum which I want to give you. Different types I'm just giving you to make you introduced. The nominal and real GDP, the nominal and real GDP, nominal and real GDP respectively of a country in a particular year are 3,000 crores and 4,700 crores respectively. 3,000 and 4,700 crores respectively. Okay. Calculate. How many of you remember the formula for GDP deflator? GDP deflator, also known as price deflator. Remember in the class I told you, underline it. They will ask you this. Remember in the class I was saying, real exchange rate today you remember. Nominal GDP by real GDP into 100. That is the formula, isn't it? Nominal, they may ask you GDP deflator, expected question. Nominal GDP by real GDP into 100. Yes, tell me. 63.83. Did you all get it? 63.83. Yes, that is the answer. Okay. One more. Go to the next sum. Compute credit multiplier. Compute credit multiplier. If RRR is required reserve ratio, you remember that? Excess reserve ratio, actual reserve ratio, required reserve ratio, RRR is 10% and 12.5% respectively. 10% and 12.5% respectively for every 1 lakh deposited. Every 1 lakh deposited. in the banking system. For every 1 lakh deposited in the banking system. Okay. So compute credit multiplier is 1. There's also one other I can give. What will be the total credit money created? We saw theoretically credit money creation, isn't it? From one bank, a customer deposits in bank X, bank Y, bank X. How from one deposit it gets multiplied. So what will be the total credit created? Creation of credit is an important function of commercial banks. Credited by the banking system. By the banking system in each case. Banking system in each case. Okay. So if RRR, required reserve ratio is 10% and 12% respectively, for every 1 lakh deposited in the banking system, what will be the total credit created by the banking system in each case? So we start with the clue. What is that? Credit multiplier formula, we all know it is nothing but 1 by required reserve ratio. Credit multiplier is different from money multiplier. Yesterday you wrote money multiplier formula and all, isn't it? M is equal to money supply by monetary base, isn't it? So this is credit multiplier for commercial banks. 1 by RRR, standard formula for calculation of credit multiplier. So for 10% and 15%, you should get the credit multiplier. What you will get? 1 by 10. 10%, I'm sorry, and 1 by 12.5%. Did you get it? What is the answer for first? It is 10. For the second, 8. 1 by RRR. That is computing the credit multiplier. Generally, they'll ask with that. But I've added one more. Now that this data is there, now what will be the credit multiplier? Can you do that? How is it for RRR? For RRR at 10%. What is credit creation? Like that. What is RRR? For RRR at 12.5%. You know, what is that? What to do, you know, credit creation. Always remember, credit creation is nothing but initial deposits into credit multiplier. Credit creation is nothing but deposits, or what you call as initial deposits. Initial deposits into credit multiplier. You have worked out and got your credit multiplier. You have a data for initial deposit. Now you can easily fill it up. Did you all get it? What did you all do? For first case, it is 1 lakh into 10. So it is 10 lakhs, isn't it? First case, it is 10 lakhs. Second one, it is 1 lakh into 8. It is 8 lakhs. My dear students, please look at this question. So like money multiplier for central bank, credit multiplier for commercial bank, where the formulaic expression for credit multiplier, remember the standard, it's application formula only. 1 by RRR. They will say compute credit multiplier. What will you do? 1 by that percentage given. That is credit multiplier. If at all, sometimes they add this. If there is initial deposit, it is no problem, because having calculated the credit multiplier, number of times it multiplies. 1 lakh into 10, 1 lakh into 8. So you get the answers. Are you clear with this now? Yes? Okay. Go to the next sum. Next problem. Two more I will give and stop. What do you feel? Is it okay? Okay. See, 7 is there, we can do 10, no? Or 9. What do you want? 9 only you want, huh?
10.
So this is sum 8. Consumption function. Consumption function. C is equal to 300 plus 0.75y. Okay, consumption function. Investment is equal to 800 rupees. 800 rupees. Net imports is 100 rupees. Okay. Calculate equilibrium level of output. Equilibrium level of output. See, this is also coming under Keynesian model, no? It is not only MPS and MPC and investment multiplier. Equilibrium level of output. You all know that the standard formula for equilibrium level of output is Y or GDP, whatever you write is C plus I plus G plus X minus M. We all know, isn't it? When you say equilibrium level of output itself, one of the ingredients will be missing. That is what they are asking. Y or GDP. This came even in fiscal policy, no? Automatic stabilizer versus discretionary fiscal policy. Under discretionary fiscal policy, we saw this formula, you remember? C plus G plus I plus X minus M, net exports. For calculate equilibrium level of output. What? 4,000? Some small error you have. Others? See, the ingredients are, okay, we will fill it up. What is your C? 300 plus 0.75y. Okay, C plus I 800, isn't it? Plus G is 0 plus minus 100. Plus of minus 100. So, at the next level, when you do this, see what you're getting. 4,000. See, 300. See whether you are getting these 4,000. You got it? Yes. Tameen, you got it? No, why are you sitting like this dumb doll? Then look at your friends and see what they are doing. So 300, if you don't know something, you should not be silent. Then only you should create one chaos in the class. I don't know, what is it? How can I be silent? Like that you have to do. When you're so silent, I thought you know everything. Plus, yeah, today I understood your numerical strength. Y is equal to 300 plus 0. What are the ingredients? Tell me. Plus 800 minus 100. Isn't it? You got it or not?
Yes.
So what was the answer you got? So 0.25 y is equal to 1000. And I get my y as 4000. Okay. Is that clear? And if you want, I'll make this as the last sum so that you can go home happily. Yes? Okay. Do sum 9. You are getting delayed, no, all of you? Are you in a hurry? No. Okay. Please do this. Compute GDP MP using expenditure method. We did output method, no? Do one thing using expenditure method. Okay. So what are the components? Personal consumption expenditure, personal consumption expenditure, personal consumption expenditure, all it is in crores. Remember that, crores of rupees is 2,900. 2,900. Second, imports. Imports 300. Imports 300. Okay. Third one. Gross public investment. Gross public investment. 500 crores. Exports 200. Exports 200. Okay. Then fifth one, inventory investment. Inventory investment. Inventory investment is 170. Then government purchases of goods and services. So government purchases 1,100. See, all these are not minus. When it is there minus, I will tell you. Okay, all these are dashes. Okay, my 1,100 government purchases. Okay, then gross residential construction investment. Gross residential construction investment. See, they will give any ingredient, but all are expenditures. That's all. For you, it should be only adding up. Okay. So, gross residential construction expenditure, construction investment comes to 450. Comes to 450. 450. Okay. Then gross fixed investment. Gross business fixed investment. gross business fixed investment. So this is the last ingredient, fixed investment, and that is 80. That is no, that is not 80. That is 410 crores. 410. So what are you going to compute from here? GDP MP. Personal consumption expenditure. Gross public investment. Imports and exports. Inventory investment. Government purchases. Gross residential construction investment. Gross business fixed investment. You find all investment expenditures given plus exports minus imports. Are you doing that? Yes. What is that you all got here? See, my dear students, what is the answer you all got here? 5630. Huh? Oh, there is some difference, small difference is there. Did I miss out some element? Are you sure it is 5630? 430. 5430. What happened? Now what you did?
Quotes minus.
So, see, personal consumption expenditure plus government purchase of goods and services plus gross public investment plus inventory investment plus gross residential construction investment plus gross business investment plus exports minus import. So you will have 1900 plus 1100 plus 500 plus 170 plus 450 plus 410 plus 200 minus 300 within brackets. Did you get it? 5430. Got it? Five four three zero crores. It is 2900 plus 1100 plus 500 plus 170 plus 450 plus 410 plus 200 minus 300. Yes, ma. So 5430. Yes. So shall I do this last sum and wind up? Okay. Yes. Sum 10. So it will be like completely doing it. No? Sum 10. Calculate sales from the following data. Calculate sales from the following data. Subsidies. All these are national income terms only. Subsidies, I'll write all this. Opening stock. Subsidies. Opening stock. Okay. Third one, closing stock. Closing stock. Okay. Fourth one, intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption. Fifth one, consumption of fixed capital. Consumption of fixed capital. Then profit. Then net value added at factor cost. Net value added. Net value added at factor cost. At factor cost. Now we'll write the numbers. Okay. Subsidies, all this is in lakhs because I'm taking from the scanners. Subsidies 200. Opening stock 100. Closing stock 600. Intermediate consumption 3000. Consumption of fixed capital 700. Profits 750. Net value added at factor cost 2000. So you have to calculate sales from the given information. One formula I showed you in the class when we did sales plus, you remember that? Sales plus changes in stock minus intermediate consumption. Sales plus changes in stock minus intermediate consumption. Yeah. Yes. Now I will tell you one more thing. You calculate, yeah, depreciation also. Net value added at factor cost is already there, isn't it? That equal to all other factors will come. Net value added factor cost is there, is equal to sales plus changes in the stock. That is your closing stock minus opening stock, isn't it? Minus intermediate consumption minus depreciation. See, have I given this subsidies? You know what is net indirect taxes? Huh? Net indirect taxes is cess minus subsidies. So NV8 factor cost is already given, which is equal to what are the ingredients you can write.
You have to add subsidies.
Will you add?
Minus net indirect tax. So you have to add subsidies.
It is. That's what net indirect taxes, no? Indirect taxes minus subsidies. Isn't it?
So only gives the subtract some.
Yeah, wholly you have to subtract. Yes. Sales plus changes in stock minus intermediate consumption is always there for value added. But depending upon whether it is gross or net or market price or factor cost, other ingredients will vary. So this is same. Sales plus changes in stock. What did I do? Changes in stock minus intermediate consumption. We did one GVA at factor cost in the class we saw GVA at the cost. Sales plus changes in cost minus intermediate consumption. Minus intermediate consumption. Here it is minus depreciation. And I can put it as minus net indirect taxes so that I will not get confused. Net indirect taxes is what? Indirect taxes minus subsidies. Okay. So I put that into bracket. So that is why again you are getting only minus. Anyway, you will be minusing only. You will do minus only. What is it? 5,700. Any small mistake you have done? 5,000. So NVA we have 2,000. Okay. Which is equal to my sales. Okay. So sales is as it is. Changes in the stock. I write it as 600 minus 100. Yes, 500. Good. Plus.
Minus 3,000.
Yes. Minus 3,000. Minus 700. Minus of minus 200. So minus what we have? 3,000. Okay. Minus 700. Isn't it? Minus isn't it? Yeah. So when you calculate it, you bring your sales here and all others will come here and you will get the answer as 5,000 lakhs. Got it? Where you did the test? Small. Yes. So with that, we have finished the grand revision. Self and share this extra bit also. Why should you waste this? Are you having a diet consciousness? Okay. So thank you so much, students. You have been a very wonderful batch, very supportive, and on the day of bad weather and all, you came. So definitely, you'll be a very good material for CA Inter also. Such a talent and ability you are having. So don't think everything with economics is over. Now and then I'll be sending something in the group, like what I consider as important. Suddenly I want you to tell something means I'll be chatting with you through WhatsApp. It's only academics, not chatting means I'll not call you for some random chat and all, don't worry. But something, and if you have some doubt also, you can ping me, I can help you. One other thing is, one of you can make a list whether you have got MCQs for macro topics, all macro topics. I'm not sure. You have to tell me because after the class, I remember posting it in your WhatsApp group or Google link. Okay, please take it up. Otherwise, my help for macro can be through MCQs, which I can do it, which is there for me. I've done some work on that. I can help you on that. Is that clear? So please don't have any doubts. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask me anytime. Don't have any hesitation. Please do, and please clap for yourself that till the last day, wishing the classes, everything you've done a good job. So thank you so much. I had a nice time with you. Okay, all the best. Loads of prayers for you. Good wishes.